Today is a little bit about back escapes. It's actually it's a very strong position in competition, obviously. One of the positions that people aspire to get to in order to finish their opponents. But it's probably a position that people dislike training the most. Like people don't want to work back escapes enough. So we're going to take a look at some of the basic ways to escape. So let me check my back. So number one, when you're first learning how to hold back, you're going to sit down. And your partner is going to basically put their hooks in and what they call like a seatbelt style grip. So one arm underneath your armpit, the other arm over top of your shoulder. Okay? Now, what you want to do, a couple of basics in holding back. Number one, you always want to defend the choke. So most times when people will teach right off the bat is to basically try and hold the arms. You know, by holding the arms, it's going to try and prevent the person from choking you. Later on, you're probably not going to just want to hold on to the arms. You'll probably want to be trying to do a more dynamic in your escape. But first starting out, for you guys right now, it's good. Okay, so we're going to hold on to the arms, and then the next thing we're going to try and do is we're going to try and go to what they call the non-choking side. So if this arm is around my neck, this is what we would consider the choking side. So if I fall on this side here, okay, this is bad for my choking side, because even if I start to get away, even if I start to escape, I'm landing right into the choke. Okay, he's still got a good leverage point if I fall on this side here. So from the person's holding position, the person who's holding the back, he's going to be trying to tip me over to that side. I, on the other hand, want to fall to the non-choking side. So the side is underneath my armpit. If this is all you remember from the first part of this class, just remember that. I'm going to the side that's underneath my armpit. Okay? So I'm holding onto the arms, and I'm initially going to fall to that side. Now, one of the mistakes that people make is they fall to their side. Okay? And then they're trying to escape, and then it becomes very difficult. What I want to do is I want to try and get my back onto the mat. So like, what I do with people is, James usually grabs his arm. Sometimes when I'm explaining this to people or I'm trying to show them, I say, look, and I pull up on this arm to kind of give them, lift me up, to give them an idea of how they want to get their back on the mat. So that motion there. So as James is pulling up on my arm, it's forcing me on this position here to get my back on the mat. So usually when I do that to the person who's trying to escape, they understand the position that they want to be in. Now the trick is from this position here, you got to do it without someone pulling up on your arm, right? So from this position here, I hold onto the arms and I start to fall to the back. Okay? But as I fall, I start to turn my hips. So if you're looking at my belt line, I'm turning my hips the other direction. So I'm using my legs and I'm turning my hips to try and get my back to the mat. Often what that will also do is accomplish goal number 2. I can feel that the hook is now gone. So I'm going to slide my butt right across his leg and get away from the hook. Okay? Now at this point here, yes, this person can mount. Yes, he can do the puppet sit and reestablish the back. I know that. Okay, but right now we're just practicing. For someone who is less agile, less mobile, a very easy option is I'm going to look to automatically attack and get half guard as he starts to come up for the mount. So as he starts to come up and reestablish a dominant position, my hands go to his knees and I look to go to half guard position, turn onto my side, lock it up and establish half guard. Okay. Another option, very, very common and very good, especially like if you're doing a sport like MMA and whatnot. As you start to escape, you go to your side, you start to turn. As soon as you feel that there's any type of slack in the hip area, you're basically going to try and turn back into them. Okay? So it creates a bit of a scramble. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to fall to the side. I'm going to show you guys one more common mistake that a lot of people make. And I think it's from people saying, get on your back. So a lot of times you'll see people do this and they'll put the person on their back and then they start to look up as they try to get them back. The problem with looking up is you see how my chin gets extended? Okay? When my chin is extended like that, it becomes very easy for him to start applying chokes and whatnot. Okay? So I'm not necessarily opposed with putting him on his back. I'm not necessarily opposed with putting him on his back, but I don't like what people do when they do this. Boom. And then they start doing this. The next thing you know, they're in a position to get choked. It's really bad. Okay? So, as opposed to putting him on his back, I want you to bring the arm that's on the non-choking side, fall to that side, and start turning your hips right away. Start turning your hips look to escape. From this point here, as you get more confident and you're better at defending the choke, you can even use one hand to try and clear the hook. So if he has the hook on, you know, I may even use one hand to clear that hook. Okay, don't clear this one, because if I reach down with this one, what's he gonna do? He's gonna put his leg right around, his hook right around my arm. Now I'm in big trouble. Okay, so attack the bottom hook, clear the hook, get on your back from here. In my particular case, I like to defend from the half guard. So I almost sit there and wait for him to come up. As he starts to come up, I look to attack, I look to defend and reestablish guard. Okay, guys? So that's a basic way to escape the back position. So let's get a partner and give it a try. Give it a try. 1, 2, 3.